As a storyteller, Oda excels at world building. He has managed to keep track of hundreds of named characters as the Straw Hats have progressed in their voyage in pursuit of One Piece. Often, long-forgotten characters will reappear in the story to play a prominent role after disappearing for hundreds of chapters. Izo, for example, first appeared as a division commander of Whitebeard's crew during the Marineford arc. After the war, Izo isn't seen again until reappearing a decade later as a retainer in Oden's flashback. Izo returns to Wano with Marco and is now engaged in the battle against Kaido on the roof of Onigashima. There are, however, a handful of past villains who have yet to reappear in the story. Most of these characters are from the prologue to Luffy's adventure in the Grand Line. Every passing chapter, the chance of seeing Gin alive again diminishes. Though Oda seems disinterested in again drawing Kuro, Krieg, or Foxy, there is one character whose absence seems intentional. Arlong was the brutal fishman captain who enslaved the people of Kokoyashi village. He killed Nami's mother Bellamere, and for 10 years misled Nami into believing she could free her village by drawing maps and robbing 100 million berries from other pirates. Luffy defeated Arlong and liberated Nami's village. After his defeat, Arlong was imprisoned by the Marines. We see Hachi, Arlong's underling, escape from captivity during a cover story arc, which sets up his later return. Hachi, formerly a villain, re-enters the story as a sympathetic character during the Sabaody arc. Nami is able to forgive Hachi, and his near death at the hands of a celestial dragon incurs Luffy's wrath. In fact, defending Hachi is the event which precipitates the disbanding of the Straw Hat Pirates at the hands of Kuma and Kizaru. Sabaody is where we first learn of the world nobles and the intense prejudice faced by fishmen. A short time later, Hancock's introduction is accompanied by the tale of the legendary pirate Fisher Tiger, who liberated the slaves from Marie-Joie and formed the Sun Pirates. Arlong and Jinbei were both members of Tiger's crew. In Otohime's flashback, we see the events which led to Tiger's death and inspired Arlong's turn to the dark side. 15 years before the present point in the story, Arlong was imprisoned and impelled down, but by Jinbei accepting a role among the 7 warlords, he was pardoned. Once released, Arlong took up residence in the East Blue, enslaved Kokoyashi village, and began building power with the goal of one day returning to and conquering the Grand Line. Of course, Jinbei has now joined the Straw Hat Pirates, and whatever role he played in precipitating the fate of Nami's hometown has now been reconciled. In fact, Nami and Jinbei seem to have now formed a close bond. Nami is shown sitting atop Jinbei's shoulders in both the Whole Cake Island arc and on the color spread opening chapter 987. The small details in One Piece really highlight Oda's talent as a writer. Beyond the narrative ties between Nami and Jinbei, Oda has connected them symbolically and thematically. Nami was marked with the Arlong Pirates tattoo and transformed it into the pinwheel and tangerine, which echoes the manner in which the fishmen took the hoof of the celestial dragon and under Fisher Tiger transformed it into the emblem of the sun. Nami lived under a fishman oppressor, and their mark was placed upon her, which once liberated, she transformed into a symbol representing both her origins and her aspirations. The fishmen were and still are oppressed by the celestial dragons, who mark those whom they enslave with the hoof of the celestial dragon. Those liberated and united by Fisher Tiger transform that symbol into the emblem of the Sun Pirates, which inverts the symbol of their oppressor and turns it into a representation of their aspiration and their hope for a future promised day of ultimate liberation. Nami and Jinbei both becoming Straw Hat Pirates is really fitting, but this extra connection between the two illustrates just how much detail Oda intricately weaves into both his characters and his world. Amazing. This got me thinking about if and when Arlong might return. Unlike other forgotten East Blue enemies, Arlong has strong narrative ties to both Nami and Jinbei. We know Arlong was imprisoned and impelled down during the Fishman Island flashback, yet he's nowhere to be seen when Luffy invades the prison to rescue Ace. During Impelled Down, Luffy encountered many past enemies including Buggy, Bon Clay, Mr. 3, Dazbones, and Crocodile. With Jinbei's introduction, this would have been a natural point in the story to reintroduce Arlong. So where could Arlong be if not Impelled Down? What if Arlong is now enslaved by the Celestial Dragons in Marie-Joie, the same fate which befell his former captain Fisher Tiger? I believe the final war saga will bring the Straw Hat Pirates and allies from around the world into conflict with the world government, and may very well result in a battle in the Holy City where the 5 Elders and Lord Emu reside. Perhaps Oda is saving Arlong's return for the endgame of the series, as a climax to both Nami and Jinbei's character arcs. Arlong played a pivotal role in both their backstories. We know the Celestial Dragons keep fishmen as slaves due to their superior strength. I can imagine a scenario where the Straw Hat Pirates are engaged in a war against the world government in Marie-Joie, during which Nami and Jinbei attempt to liberate the slaves of the Celestial Dragons. Because of her backstory, Nami has a very big heart for those, like the kids from Punk Hazard, who are victimized, and Jinbei may intend to complete Fisher Tiger's mission. Arlong was a monster, fully responsible for his own actions. He became that which he hated because of the pain he experienced. Understanding the way he became the brutal tyrant that he is does not excuse the pain he inflicted on Nami's village, further exemplified by Jinbei's noble character. However, enslavement at the hands of the world nobles is a fate no person, even Arlong, deserves. If Nami and Jinbei encounter Arlong in such a state, it could be a full circle moment for both of their character arcs. Jinbei's choice to become a warlord resulted in Arlong's initial liberation and the enslavement of Kokoyashi village. Nami was once Arlong's captive and would now hold the key to his liberation, standing alongside Jinbei, his former friend and crewmate. Arlong perpetuated the cycle of hatred and brutality of which he was once a victim. Nami and Jinbei would here have an opportunity to break that cycle by liberating Arlong rather than condemning him to the same abuse he inflicted on others. It's hard to imagine Arlong being redeemed, but perhaps experiencing the same horrors to which he subjected Nami will at least allow him to see the error of his ways. This hypothetical scene would certainly have much greater emotional weight if Arlong showed some degree of regret or remorse. But even if he doesn't, forgiveness is something you do as much for yourself as the person whom you are forgiving. Arlong certainly deserves to be held accountable for his actions, but torture and enslavement are cruel and unusual punishments which do not befit even the worst criminals. By refusing the opportunity to pay Arlong back in kind, Nami's own moral compass, her own soul, will be preserved. Of course, this is really just speculation. At this point, there's no real evidence in the story to suggest such a scenario will unfold. Arlong's absence from Impel Down, despite having been previously imprisoned there, may be notable. Nami and Jinbei's now intertwined moral and thematic arcs may come full circle if they again meet Arlong during the final war saga when the Straw Hats fight against the world's dark forces to bring the light of the new dawn. Thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, please leave a like. If you want to be notified when future videos are posted, please consider subscribing and hit the bell icon. Most important, let me know your thoughts down in the comments.